Okay, stars, listen, you know this is, and so have I. But I think most of us can agree that sometimes the creativity of inexperienced people shows why not everyone can make even decent stories. For example, a couple of characters who have never even met or have any relationship, absurd events that have no logic, like what will happen if Mario was in Resident Evil, but without a doubt, the worst of all is turning intellectual properties into boring, soulless, and sleepy stories where the protagonist is a kind of Cronus, AM, Joker, zombie, where they not only ignore everything that the work represents in the first place, but also turn it into a bad excuse to be able to make their stories more mature. Because, of course, Gravity Falls or Kamen Rider Gap are not mature enough, huh? But what do I know? Mass mind control, illegal human experimentation, the disappearance and death of people at the hands of beings from another dimension is not mature enough. Of course not. But hey, these crimes against work and good writing aren't anything new at all. It's just as many of us don't want to go back to them because of how bad they were. But it's okay, so let us refresh our memory. Just thinking about these things makes my brain hurt from how bad they are. But then again, for people new to the internet, creepypastas were the horror story of the internet during that time from 2009 to 2013. Then they realized that almost all of them were just boring and poorly made fanfics. Like all fanfics, right? And just like today, this stories massacre stories that already existed. Do you like Sonic? Boom! Sonic.exe. Minecraft? Boom! Herobrine. Just like all those poorly made stories have the same three repetitive and boring points that haven't changed today. A famous IP destroyed to make cheap horror. So you like an intellectual property with years of history and characters? Perfect! Oh look, it's Mr. Artist. Look at him approaching the IP. Look how cute he is, creating original art and characters. Look how happy he is, but hey, what are you doing? An artist? No, leave the hero alone. No, no, Pac-Man, no. Oh my god, how horrible. But basically, the life cycle of an edgy story. Someone with original ideas finds an IP, decides to use their original ideas in the IP, then we end up with things like Suicide Mouse or more recently things like this. Nobody tells you not to be creative. The problem is the only thing these people can think of is let's take this guy and make him evil. Damn, I'm so clever. Oh my god. The main character or one of the main characters suffer of an accident that turned them into a monster. Oh yes, it's Superman. Look at him. Because I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. But no, wait, he's now a vampire. Hey, Superman is literally poisoned vampires. Vampire? I meant zombie. What could have gotten through his skins in the first place? He was bitten. He was infected by cosmic kryptonite. Kryptonite, you know, it doesn't matter. You can be reasoned with. Let's just move on the next one. There is no hope against the monster from beyond. Oh yeah. Well, you see that guy over there? Yeah, that, well, he's now the super demon, cosmic, multiversal, omnipotent, how, when, or why? I don't know. If the original defeated infinitely worse things, but what do I know, huh? I'm just a fan of the original story and its achievements in this one. But you get the idea. For some reason, when the main character turns bad, all the achievements, powers, and abilities of all the other characters stop being important, because going back to the example of this point, what the hell is a pen who behaves like an animal going to do to him? Literally any other character in the universe on their basic logic, the pen would have been hunted in a wink by Vilgax or Kyber, because this guy is just an animal with powers like many others. But no, since he's evil and crazy, cuckoo, cuckoo, look at him, he's so crazy, cuckoo. Leaving him aside, everything that should ending him in the first episode. But oh well, there goes another tedious point on Edge's stories. Now you notice the patterns, right? Something terrible happened to the main character, something so inexplicable and evil that they never bothered to even tell you that in the first place. All the characters who could have solved the problem in less than a second simply don't show up or forget all their abilities in general. And the worst part is when they tell you that this version is the strongest that has ever existed, when we all know that will never be true. And listen, I get it. You want to continue to the universe you are passionate about and all that, but there are many better ways to do it than creepypasta, backrooms, or generic analog horror number 365. And that's what I'm talking about. It would be fun if they weren't always poorly done. But hey, anyways, stars. I've run out of things to complain about today, so I've run out of things to complain about today, so I'll see you when you drop by again.